Another recap. And again, I do these recaps to trade journal myself and show the evolution of my trading, especially recently. Towards the end of June, I started trading the Euro session after 3 a.m. Several reasons. I run a business, so after 9 o'clock, phones, emails, employees, my wife, deliveries, friends know I work out of my house. My office is in the lower level of my home. A lot of distractions after, I don't trade long, but still getting that from 9 to 11 a.m. in New York sometimes difficult to do it without distractions. And we know how hard it is to trade. So let me try, you know, have the luxury that I could trade at this time for me. And 3 a.m. in New York, phones aren't ringing, no emails, no texts, wife sleeping, friends sleeping, nobody's ringing my bell, no deliveries are coming, no DJ emergencies. I'm a DJ by trade. So this is live funds. I do have all my prop accounts, but I do trade live funds. And another thing, another note, even for myself and for everybody trading, this is a Roth IRA, and all the research I did, this is the money you want to trade if you're a good trader, because if it's a Roth IRA, you paid your taxes on this money already. So if you trade and make money with it, once you get over 59 and a half, there is no tax on this money when you take it out of your account. You have to have the account for at least 5 years. You have to be over 59 and a half when you take the money out. So even if you're younger, this is what you want to build up, because as you get older, and then if you're a good trader in your 60s, as you're making money on this, as you take out, you have zero tax on it. So I'm in New York. I don't know if anything's different with that, but all the research I've done, all the accounts I talked to said, yep, that's true. That's how it works. So you can Google it for wherever you are, and I'm sure it'll tell you the same thing. So if you don't know that, that is the money. And this was a live funds account. I traded well today. No, not even a losing trade. I'm going to run through those. And then after 9:30, I took a little break here, worked out, a little breakfast, then traded the market open. And I think all those trades are going to show up on the account. I had I always have a problem getting my markers to show up. Notice I had no account in here, but all my trades from all the accounts are showing up, which is good. So I can scroll through it and show you. So let's just, first trade was a short right here, and I'm going to explain the logic and what I'm looking at and why I took the trade. I can see right here, it was more of a down market overnight. So even though we had this move, we broke VWAP. A couple things up here was support and resistance radar. This is a Monkey Man Trades, MMT, Monkey Man Trades, key levels, great levels. And then right above that, you had a Ludwig level and Globex, another strong level. So shorting this, exactly what happened, thinking these levels were going to hold and it was going to go right back down to VWAP and then test this and decide where it wants to go. And you can see it broke it and went lower. The game plan, if this didn't reverse right where I thought it would, and there's another reason why I took it, I'm going to add in here, then what? I'm out here. So the trade management is all in place here. And then your stop, is a little more in the, if this area breaks, it's probably going higher by like 10 points. So you got to get out here if it goes against you. And these are micro, so it's not huge amounts of money, but it adds up. Another thing I look at is, where'd it go? I love these metrics. Simple Market Metrics is the company, a guy named Justin. They have a trade room as well. If you don't know how to trade, it's a good trade room to be in, along with Harmony Trade Systems with George. Those are my two favorite rooms to trade in. Even though I trade way differently than the room, and yesterday I took every trade against them and I won every trade, and they won as well. This shows there's more than one way to trade. So the short I took was here. Now these levels are great too. Now according to market metrics, you should be going long here. When you go in the room, you can say you got everything's green. You got a strong bullish candle. They're telling you to go long. However, with this level here, they might say, "Oh, don't go long into the level." So, but their metrics are saying everything is long. For me, I'm looking for a bounce back down to VWAP, which is right here, and that was that short right there. Boom. Got some out early, consciously got out above the 400, and it was plenty of money there. Next trade right here Looks like a long. Let's take a look. Yeah, right here. 396 to 402. So playing that whole number area must have been fluctuating there. Let's go to, let me see what time that was. $7.49. Yeah, it was a quick trade. Yeah, so you can see playing the levels again right there. And back to VWAP. The normal move is if it does break VWAP, if it's going to go lower, it will go here, test and reverse, and probably going down to this Ludwig level. So I was playing the pullback to VWAP and consciously getting out right. There's a 402, and there you go, 402. Had a runner, and the runner did break through. So did well with that trade management. Worst case, it would come out and stop me, but I took it. Let's see what's going on the metrics at 749. And again, I usually trade a lot, but 749. Yeah, so this was turning green right there. So there you go. It was red, but once this turns green, generally what's here is a 200 EMA. That is a price magnet too. Even in a downtrend, it's going to pull back, touch it before it continues lower. If it breaks through and closes up, there's a good chance it's going to continue higher. And it did, but the shorts were in control here. So I look at the overall long-term trend, which was down today. But I do, want to call me a reversal trader because, everything was short. But, you're playing these pullbacks and making money on those. And, I gave a signal at 408. Where did I get in? I was in before the signal. Yeah. So they came 408. I was actually out by then. But not a bad signal right there. Good trade. In and out. And another quick one, 841. You can see how slow price is at this hour. I mean, this is an hour's worth of price action right here, barely moving. Again, right down to VWAP, 410. We're out at the levels right here. Let's see what's going on the metrics. At 41, 841. Right here. There you go. So the close above, and I was probably right here. Playing it here and got a little extra out of it. And that's turning green. You got a buy in there. So again, I was beating the metrics to the punch. But because of this on the chart, the pullback, the bounce, testing, then you can see, look at the levels, how good that works. And it was just a ping pong ball in there for a good hour. So you can make money shorting and going along here. So that account was pretty much done. It was $500 right there. Just trading micros. Not a lot either, less than 10 anyway. Then I took a break, a little breakfast, a little workout, and let the market open, let it do. You could see it was spiking down crazy. But like the crazy thing for me is I can take longs in this market and win. So usually I don't like trading around 10 o'clock, but there was no news today. So what we're seeing, the stair tap, that is the low of the day. New lows, new lows, new lows. This green line and this white line, this is second and third standard deviation. Now this was a violent move down, so I kind of let it exhaust itself before I jumped in. But my first trade was short. I felt it wasn't exhausted at this point. It broke the whole number here, the 200 pretty easily, by like 30, 40 points. So I was like, we're going to go lower. So was expecting a pullback to that whole number. That in itself is support and resistance in general, if you watch price action enough on NQ. And there you go, the entry, it tested again. I know we're going lower, and I didn't get a lot, but did good. Now, I actually went long here, low of the day. Couple things going on. Low of the day, this move I felt was exhausted because it was kind of stalling here. This is third standard deviation. I barely see price. I mean, it's got to be 2 to 3% of the time price is below third standard deviation. I have a trade called the bouncer trade. And so when price goes between this green line and this white line, second and third standard deviation on both sides, the bouncers throw price out of the club. And that's what was going on. And this was way deeper than ever. And it was market open, and it was a violent move, so I kind of let it go even further. But once I seen it dipping here, even though I went short at the whole number, that, I'll take my chances with these longs here. And these paid real quick. So I thought it was, yeah, I went long here. Let me see, and the metrics obviously were all going to be down. So let's go 97. Yeah, look at that move. So that was that move. Yeah, so there was no green here, and I went long in here. And these are these 40-point moves up. Even though this was all red, and this is saying don't go long. Like I said, sometimes they're short. Yeah, it would have been. This would have been a short. They would have, and it's a good short. I just don't like going short at the lows of the day, but unless we were up here, like I would short it up in this area at the 200 and write it down. So the metrics work, and there's a trade room that goes with it. So I was kind of, I guess, ignoring that and taking the long there. I thought it was going here before it continued lower, and I think eventually it did. So I got in right at this level, and you can see it went against me. Well, what's the rules? Here's what do you call that? Monkey Man trades pretty far down. I let it go, and then I added. And if you look, like, what a perfect add. It was only one contract. I was a real conservative at this. Second contract here. As soon as this comes back, I'm in profit, taking it consciously at this level. There's another level, little green line in here, and that's a great trade. Winning trade anyway. And it's called getting out gracefully, because chances are could have hit and then made new lows here. So you want to get out of it. Now I think, we'll definitely go in here. Again, it's the same trade, it's here. It's probably not looking back, it never made it. But I'm in at this level again where I took profit. Now that becomes support where I got out. And what happens? I mean, you look at my ads and my exits, and they're always like almost to the tick. And that's an add in right there. And as soon as it hits, boom. And then, again, I didn't put the target here, because look what happened here. I said, I'm not putting my targets past that. That was at 10. I got out at 7 on everything. So all of them made money. And this made real good. That was, 15, 20, almost 30 points, 25, 30 points with all this. So this whole sequence of trades was great. I must have tried to get a runner here, and they took me out. Oh, wait, you know what? I didn't. Once I took profit here, you can see entry. I entered again right at 6, knowing I could add in here in these levels. If it would have went against me, I would have got the bounce I needed to get out of the trade, but it never even came up. So I was right down to the whole number. Got a little bit extra on one of them, but another 6, 7 points. So all this adds up real quick. I was shuffling accounts at this point. It's coming up, I guess. I was trading different accounts. A little bit of follow trading, but mostly that. So what's happening here? All right, now I'm actually long, and I guarantee you the metrics at 10:05 were completely red. Yeah. So these are the metrics here, and it's saying short, short, short. And you would have won these shorts. You could have traded these. Again, for me, low of the day, it's into levels. Don't really want to deal with that. And you got more than enough on there, but maybe I should trade away and follow these metrics. So just 10:05. I went long, and this one short. And they probably were more right than I was, the metrics. But I had Ludwig level here. So I was playing that. It broke, which normally I get a bigger bounce, 20, 30, 40 point bounce before it flips. It only gave me a 15 point bounce. But I think I took profits here, and then I tried it again, and it went against me, and I had to add in. But you're talking 15 points of heat, and as soon as it swings back, you can see I'm out right at that Ludwig level. I got a little bit more. I got a couple of ticks, but look where I'm out. Look where it went. my exit within ticks of when market flipped. Usually I get out right there. I got 3 more points extra on everything. So another good trade, even though I took a little bit of heat there. But again, the metrics were saying take a short, and they were right. I mean, the real move was see what happens here. Struggles. It gets through. Once it gets through here, it touches, it goes. And you can see I did change to shorts then. What I even at the low of the day, and I took it to the whole number, which was this level here, and that was the metrics probably matched with that at 10:08. Yeah, so 10:08 right there, and it was ranging, but the way I trade, I'm winning those, and it did go down. It broke the whole number, so it just shows I just have good trade management, whether I go short or long using these levels. That might have been about it. Let's see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm playing low of the day back specifically to the Ludwig level right there. So in it, again, a whole number, which is support and resistance depending on price. So it's coming down to a whole number. It did break through, and look where it went. Right to I got a key market level here, support and resistance radar, bounce right to the other level. And it did bust through a little bit because the market was very fast today and moving a lot. So the levels do slippage, I guess you call it. They're not, usually they're kind of right on where it goes right to the level and reverses, and it was going through and reversing. So I guess I was playing that and getting a little more. It's because I threw my targets out a little bit, and usually I'm a little more locked in, but got some more money on the runner. Probably got stopped on the pullbacks here. Oh, actually, no, same thing. This is crazy how I trade. Went long here, got out there, went short. Why? Because of and I got in at 16, a little bit better entry. And look, hardly any heat, 5 points of heat before it spikes down my way. Got out real quick because of this level here, and it did break through. And it went right back down to, the play should have been to get out at 100 from 16. But I was up so much already. That was close to the last trade of the day, let's say. Yeah, that was it. So it was less. I was already up. It was one more trade for the day, and you know how that goes. Sometimes you get in trouble. So took the 10 points, whatever I got, 7 points each, 15 points, and I think that was it. So that's the recap. That's the reason I'm trading the overnight. Just so much more peaceful and calm. On these particular accounts, I'm on another roll of 43 days in this style of trading in the market open. I don't think I've lost in, I lost track like 41, 42 days. I got to go back and track it. And then, the overnight, I, of course, took a few losses. Nothing that would blow the accounts because I'm learning how to trade that overnight session. But still, all the accounts are up. And I guess next video, I'll show the actual accounts. I got to run out today. But that's it. Recap for me. All the best, everybody.